Scott Brown then 3, Chesterfield away. Scott, 2 good results so far, but I imagine you're itching for your first clean sheet of the season, are you?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we just want that first win in the league and that first clean sheet, and then once we get that, then I'm sure everyone starts relaxing. But it's always a bit anxious until you get your first win and your first clean sheet. But once we got that out of the way, then I'm sure they'll start to fly by.
In that sense, I imagine you're just like a striker looking for his first goal, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, more importantly for a goalkeeper, you want your first clean sheet, but you always want to make your first save, come for your first cross and things like that. And then, let's say, you just want to tick all the boxes really, and then once you've done them all, then you can relax a little bit. But we know Saturday's going to be a very tough game, and if we keep a clean sheet, we'll be one of the few teams to do that against them this season, because I think they'll be very strong this year.
Yeah, I mean, last year obviously 4-1, 6-9, but I suppose it's a different season this season, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, there's no point talking about last season or the season before. This is a new season. We've got new players, and they've got new players. They've got a really good budget, a very good manager, and well-supported football club. And we know we're going to go there and we're going to be up against it. But if we're going to get in the top 3 like we want to this season, and like we did last season, we need to go to places like this and get results.
And you mentioned new players. How do you feel the likes of CBB and Troy Brown have fitted in?
Yeah, I mean, Troy's come in. He's been brilliant. I mean, they must have had 50 odd crosses in the other night, but him and Steve were absolutely brilliant. They just headed everything away, and he's a great lad around the place, and for such a young lad as well, he's a really good talker, and I've really enjoyed playing with him as well. So he's been a great signing.
You're looking for your first clean sheet this season. You nearly scored. You've got your first assist already.
Yeah, I think I'm claiming another assist as well for the 4th one the other night as well. So, but yeah, I mean, everyone keeps saying how well I kick it and things like that. And, it only might seem like a little thing, but if you do kick it, and it, like for a goal kick, you're taking your team 20-30 yards up the pitch and things like that, and wherever the ball goes, you're 20-30 yards into their half, which can only be a good thing, because you're that much closer to the goal and where you want to be.
Did you think it was going in against Burton?
To be honest, I'd turned away, because obviously you can't be offside off a goal kick, and sometimes defenders are a bit dopey and things like that, and I was just thinking, oh, where's the strikers, sort of thing. But the goalie, I think it was his debut, he was probably a little bit nervous and things like that, and tried to come forward to it, and it just skipped over his head. But having seen it on the video, it went a lot further than what I thought at the time. So yeah, that's what Cura's about though. I asked him on Monday morning, would you do it all over again if you got the shoulder injury, and he said he would, because that's what he is. He's a goal scorer, and he's going to take the knocks and the bruises as long as he gets his goals. So he's lively around the box, and he's been brilliant as well since he's come in.
Yeah, I was behind the goal. I saw him put it in. I didn't notice his injury. I was straight watching your reaction, and there wasn't a reaction until Steve Elliott and Troy Brown went and shook your hand.
No, I'm weird, like, because although we've scored, there's still 80 odd minutes. I prefer to celebrate at the end of the game, and once you've got your job done, rather than like there's still 80 odd minutes to go and for them to get back into the game. But at the end of the game, it's a different story when the result's in. So like I say, it's all very well being 1-2-0 up, but like we saw the other night, there's no point in celebrating until the end of the game.
I suppose that's just experience kicking in, isn't it?
I don't really know. I've been that way all the time. I think. I mean, it is. Everyone's different, things like that. Strikers always celebrate goals and things like that. But as a goalkeeper, you know your job's not done till the referee blows his full-time whistle, and that's when you can either celebrate or whatever. So yeah, I think maybe a bit of experience, but maybe a bit of everything.
And is putting a bit of extra distance on the kick something you've been working on?
Not really, no. I think I've always it's a lot easier to kick it when it's a lot warmer, and because the ball travels further and the grass it's easy to strike, but nothing in particular, no.
And they're not lighter balls?
No, nothing like that. No, I'd like to say I think I had a couple last year as well, and the year before at Luton and things like that. So it's something that, like, teams don't like me to roll the ball. They like me to kick it out of my hands, because they know that I can kick it a long way, and it puts their back four under pressure. So it's something that everyone else is aware of as well. So it's nothing new.
Keep doing it.
Cheers, thank you. Cheers.
Have you ever scored a goal in your career at any level?
No, never. I think I took a penalty at county level and just smashed it, and luckily it went in, but never scored or anything. I think probably dagging him away is the closest I come with that bullet header. Close my eyes.
Higgsy had a big kick on him as well, didn't he? Which
Yeah,
Cheltenham used to use to good effect. And
yeah, like I think it's a much more part of the modern game now. Goalkeepers need to kick it and it needs to go 20, 30 yards in the opposition's half because it puts the other team under pressure and things like that. But they also need to be good with their feet, and I think like that's the way the game's changing, especially at the lower leagues. Managers want goalkeepers that can kick it a long way. So yeah, like I say, Higgsy had a great kick as well, and Bucky strikes it brilliantly. So does Connor and Harvey and things like that. So we're all good kickers at the club.
Was that your first League Cup win of your career? I think it was, because you didn't play at Southend.
Didn't play at Southend. Lost to Southend the year after. Lost to probably.
So nice to get that first one. And
yeah, very. It's weird thinking it like that, but I think it's quite a good way, the way it's seeded and things like that. But now it means we get a hopefully a good draw in the second round.
Yeah, it's only a couple of hours to the draw. Is there any one particular, if you could choose? I know it's completely in luck, but is there anyone you're looking at for?
Obviously, if we're at home, it'd be nice to play against someone that we think we could beat, and then go on to the next round. But it's just you never know, do you? Just look at the draw, really.
Yeah, I remember last season we had a look at your really badly bruised foot, and people were quite interested in it. But have a look at your hands, because you got them quite well strapped up. Is this what you do for every training session, or
to be honest, I bent one back in training the other day, and Wes just said just strap it up. I don't wear it in the games and things like that, but when you're doing a lot of shooting and things like that, and it's just, but no, I've nothing in particular. You have
to look after those hands, don't you?
No, I wear them for the warm up, but as soon as the game comes, I take them off. Some goalies wear them all the time, but I personally don't like wearing them.
Right. Yeah, talking about first League Cup wins, you got that first win over Chesterfield last season, because everyone knew about the record you had against them. That was such a big moment, late winner for Paul Benson. Was that nice to get that one out of the way, so they haven't got that hoodoo over you?
Yeah,
anyway?
Definitely. I mean, it was. I remember that game Tuesday night. I think there was a Champions League game on, so the crowd was quite quiet and quite low, which is understandable. But Benno, one of the few times someone put a cross in for him to get on the end of it, and that's what he did. He got on the end of things and scored goals. But Chesterfield were a different team. They're a lot better team than they were last year. That's no disrespect to the players they had there last year, but they'll make the pitch big, and it'll be very difficult for us.
Yeah, Steve Elliott the manager seems quite confident he's going to make it. I mean, he hasn't missed a game for a long time, so he's such an important player back there.
Yeah, I spoke to Stevie this morning. He said he'll be fit, so I think he's just getting a bit of attention.
Yeah, good. He's got an incredible record, hasn't he? To play all 46 like you did last season.
Unbelievable. I remember speaking to him at the end of last season. He said he'd never ever done it before, so it's an unbelievable achievement by him and by the fitness staff as well to get him through the season. They look after him well, but he looks after his body, and he's really someone that everyone should look up to.
Yeah, Tuesday night you let in 3, but the amount of saves you made and important times as well. You did have a lot of, I don't know how many shots they had on target, but you were a busy man, weren't you, throughout the game?
They were a good attacking team. They put a lot of crosses in the box, and we had to deal with them. But you'd much rather than put crosses in when you get them down the line, then 9 times out of 10 you know they're going to cross the ball. But whereas if you show them inside, then it gives the winger 2 or 3 options at least. Like they can shoot, they can cross it, they can pass, or they can check back out, and that's when it causes the problems. But if you get them down the line, then you know the 2 centre halves are going to head away 90% of the balls like they did the other night. But it's important that we stop the crosses and get them down the line, and when they do come in, we need to be ready for them.
Yeah, there was one down to your right. He was quite close to you, but he got hold of it. Was it Clark or I'm not sure if it was Drury or Clark?
Was that 3-2?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was quite pleased with that one. I managed to change his body and get down. But like I say, it's disappointing to let in 3, but it's always nice to make a few saves as well.
Yep, brilliant. Cheers, Brandon.
Cheers.